I just pre-ordered the Microsoft Surface Duo 2, and I've got some concerns. Hey everybody, welcome back to TechOdyssey. So today I'm here to talk about the Surface Duo 2. They had their Surface event here earlier today. All the cards are out on the table. Snapdragon 888 processor, 8.3-inch screen, actually larger than last year, 90 Hz refresh rate, a curved edge on the inside of the hinge for the notifications, 3 cameras now. That's pretty cool. 16 megapixel ultra wide, 12 megapixel primary, 12 megapixel telephoto, which both have optical image stabilization. So that's pretty cool. It's got 5G, it's got 8 gigs of RAM, and there are actually 3 different storage models this time. You can get it in 128, 256, or 512. 2 different colors. It's like obsidian black and whatever the normal color is. I have the original Surface Duo right here, and largely I liked it. And some of the things that I've seen, it looks like it's still made out of plastic, which of course it helps facilitate the 5G antennas and all that jazz, but no wireless charging. I don't believe it's got an IP rating, and basically it's just a different version of this with a big giant camera module on the back. So they seem to have reinvented the wheel in a couple of key areas where a lot of people had concerns, most notably myself. But it still doesn't address a lot of the key issues. And the biggest thing that looms in the back of people's minds is last year, it was like $1,500, and they're like $400 right now. So if you're not a tech reviewer who's getting sent one for free, I don't fall in that category. So thoughts and prayers from my wallet. I paid for this with my own hard-earned money. So yeah, a lot of people are like, why would I pay that? And $1,499, I think collectively a lot of people are like, Microsoft is smoking some serious rocks. I mean, when you look at it, it just makes no sense. If you just really want this device, go out and buy it. I would caution pretty much anybody, don't buy this phone sight unseen. Wait for the reviews to come out. Wait for the real reviews to come out. And by that, I mean not the ones that were handed out to people who get these for free. Yes, those people are very objective in many cases, but what I think most people really want is some guy who went and spent $1,623 of their hard-earned money to say, hey, is this phone any good? If you're seriously considering spending $1,600 minimum, that's the 128 model. I didn't get the 256, I didn't get the 512. Those were an additional like $100 each, so $14.99, $15.99, $16.99. Take a look at it. Go to the store, Best Buy when they have them out. They're going to be on AT&T again. Here's the thing. Microsoft doesn't even have trade-in credit this time. I went and I tried to pre-order through them, and they didn't even have an option for trade-in. Last year they had options for trade-in. You could trade in your iPhone. I traded in like an iPhone 10 or something last go around. That's cool. But no, you can trade in stuff normally, like if you buy it in-store at Best Buy. You can't do that for online purchases. AT&T probably has something. I haven't looked there. But yeah, I have concerns because when you look at the Microsoft Surface Duo, there was so much fanfare, and thankfully, there were a lot of responsible reviewers that were like, look, you probably shouldn't go buy this. Like, it's cool. It's a novelty case. It's very much for enterprise. It just didn't feel like a complete piece of hardware. And that was, there were already software concerns going into it. So looking at it down the road, a lot of that stuff was validated, especially I think like Mr. Mobile, a couple other people, and they're like, yeah, totally don't buy this. Wait and see how things pan out. And if you bought one on day one last year and you still have it now, you're probably pretty pissed right now. Just speaking frankly. And I know I would be. I mean, I bought mine. Thankfully, they had a 60-day return policy last go around. Mine had issues within the first couple of weeks. I returned it. I said, there's too much liability here for me to spend like $1,514 or something like that after tax. And then I was like, okay, is the charging port going to crack? Is it bending and warping? Is there issues with the screen? The software is janky. Yeah, those are a lot of things people really worry about. So there's a lot of concern. Just looking at the comment section that I've had so far, people are like, why? No way. Holy crap, wow, that's way too much. There's not a whole lot of positive comments in there. And I'm going to be positive about this in an optimistic way. Like, I'm hopeful. I hope that they fix a lot of these things. It really seems like they addressed a lot of the issues. There's like this neat little case you can get that goes on it that doesn't even really look like a case, but it will actually allow you to magnetically attach the Surface Pen, the new one. I hope my current Surface Pen Slim will, but I don't know that yet. But largely it fixed a lot of the things that I was concerned about. This last go around, look, I absolutely hated this whole camera setup. There's a lot of things about this one that really irked me. So not just the software aside, it just is not functionally sound from a productivity perspective. Yeah, once you open it, if you just use it like this, and that's fine. But if you want to do anything else, you want to use the camera, you want to use the flashlight, you want to actually, there are a lot of things that they just didn't think through well. So I feel like they had an engineer that looked at it and said, yeah, this would be perfect for me, but then didn't think about the application in the consumer market. And then nobody sent the memo to the software guys saying, hey, you need to support this. Like, we designed this thing, we need you to make it work. And they're like, okay, cool, John. I don't know who John is, I just made the name up. But some guy chewing bubble gum, drinking his coffee. Yeah, nobody over on the software side really ever got a good handle on this. So even now, this one still doesn't have Android 11, which supposedly will be here in October. I guess they're believing that we're going to get this once the new Surface Duo 2 comes out, at least the retroactive software for the first Duo. But there are a lot of red flags here. So what I would say is exercise a lot of caution. If you want this, wait for the reviews to come out. Like, wait. Don't go buy this sight unseen. See what people have to say first. See what I have to say, because I'm going to make videos about it as soon as I get it. I'm going to let you know. Like, you're going to get the complete truth from me on this one. Just like you do with all my other videos. I don't really hold punches on this stuff. So I'm expecting it to be better. I'm expecting that a lot of the improvements will really make the experience better. But really, there's a lot you kind of gotta mull around and think about whenever it comes to spending a minimum of $1,600 to get in the door. I had hoped it would be slightly less expensive, but it seems like all they did was throw all the stuff we wanted in there and then charge us more money for it to offset it. So I don't think they expect this to sell really well. I don't think they expect to sell millions of them. I think they're just doing this to flex their Surface prowess. I hope that it works well. If these guys, like, I made a video before, and I said that these guys absolutely have to support this thing. Software, updates, be Johnny on the spot, because that's what people are worried about. People are not so worried about the hardware. People are not so worried about the performance, although those hardware performance, software performance is a big question mark. But really, these guys have to actually take care of and support this device. We can't be seeing these things be like fire sale for $400 or $500 a year later. That's just absolutely absurd. I haven't seen anything that bad since like the BlackBerry Z10 and the BlackBerry Playbook. And people love those. I loved it. The Z10 and the Playbook I thought were good. Of course, that's a whole nother discussion and topic right there. But when it comes to the Duo 2, look, I bought it. I pre-ordered it. I'm a tech guy. I'm going to make videos about this. I'm going to tell you guys what's going on. If you're interested, please stay tuned for that stuff. I hope you like the other videos, but really that's where I'm at. I made a tweet today saying I feel like I'm going to have a Charlie Brown and Lucy in the football moment where it looks good, and then a couple months from now, I'm going to try and kick that football, and whoop, it's going to be worth like way less than what I paid for it. So, yeah, that's a risk that me and other tech reviewers that are going to cover this are willing to take. But for you out there who are curious about this, want it to be a daily driver, want it to be your primary device, want it to be a companion device, I think there's promise there. They at least addressed a lot of the things on the hardware side that were critical failures and terrible ideas on the last one. So at least I think they're starting off on a good foot, but we need to wait and see what's going on with this. Once people fire them up, once we can test them out, see how good the implementation is, what kind of software support it looks like, and then we'll reevaluate it from there. But I want to go ahead and make this video. Yeah, we talked about the announcement. This is what I think, and this is what I want to tell you guys. So that's all I got in this video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.